deterrence. There's also this surge in National Guard troops, which I was just outside Union Station, the biggest train station in D.C. About a dozen members of the National Guard were out there with 4 Humvees. The goal for those guys is really visibility. That's what they want. They just want essentially a photo op at this point. I can tell you at one point I actually saw a National Guard official show up with a camera, encourage the troops there to get out of their vehicles, to essentially be active, doing things. They were taking photos. That is really, it seems, about making a statement. And whether or not it's deterring crime, I can't say. I do walk that route on a daily basis. There are often people sort of outside the station hanging around. That wasn't the case today. But in terms of overall deterrence, we know that they are ramping this up. There are going to be more and more federal law enforcement officers who are going to be out on a daily and nightly basis. We expect it to continue to increase in the days ahead.
I think, you know, what Gabe's talking about raises sort of the conversation that Washingtonians are having, which is, are these moves performative? Are they a slow march toward an authoritarian move around federalization of the capital city and perhaps other cities, or are they somewhere in the middle? Are there going to be some legitimately stepped up law enforcement efforts in troubled parts of the city? And like, okay, it's too soon to say. Sorry, that's like a lame place filler. It is too soon to say. It's been a couple days. But for someone who's living outside of Washington wondering, wow, is it really like this crime-infested, dangerous like war zone? The answer is no, not most parts of the city at all. And you can go online to a DC government website and actually look at a map of where the federal, of where violent crimes and all crimes take place. And you can see that they are concentrated in a few patches in the central corridor of the city and in portions of Northeast Washington and a couple spots in Southeast. And that is where the overwhelming majority of dangerous crimes happen. Does that match where this stepped up presence is being deployed? And do people in those communities want a militarized police presence, or do they want like law enforcement officers who work for the city in those areas?